Hi growers, welcome to this month's advocacy update. I am going to do this because a few people don't understand all the different functions that we do at QFVG and all the different hats we wear. So literally, first hat, the QFVG hat, the advocacy hat. So in this arena, this last couple of months, I just wanted to shout out and say, in Queensland, politically, agriculture is really well represented in Cabinet with cane, cotton, grazing. What's not so much represented is horticulture. So one of the things that QFVG is being quite robust about is educating all sections of government on the nuances of horticulture, our seasonality, our workforce issues, our market, all very, very different to other elements of agriculture. So I just wanted to let you know that we are doing that, but any chance that you get to enlighten a member of parliament, maybe in your local area, that would probably go a long way as well. As part of this education, QFVG has commissioned a report on, it's actually called the Economic Contribution of Queensland Horticulture 24-25. We're getting the data and stats to prove how worthwhile horticulture is, particularly in regional Australia, that we are the major contributor to the workforce, therefore the major contributor to regional areas. We hope to release that report to the public in September. Also, the DPI blueprint will be rolling out shortly, thanks to everyone who has submitted information or attended an event. There's a lot more work to do, so everyone in those regional areas, stay tuned because you'll be asked for a lot more input going into the future. Our QRIDA conversations continue, so we had some vast industry feedback from the disaster events of this year. We have given that feedback. We're in a continuous improvement cycle between all of us, and we have a really great relationship with QRIDA that we can try and see some of those improvements happen. Fire ants. There's a lot of talk about fire ants, but not a lot of action. And one of the things, and I say action as in, what has it got to do with horticulture? And I suppose we're going to point out workforce is the most important thing that you should have in your sites at the moment. Ants and workforce in the ground is not conducive to a very nice outcome. So just keep abreast of, if you've got fire ants in your area and think if you've got workers in the field, try and work out a workplace health and safety plan there. Okay, growers, have your say on the palm scheme again. How tired are we of having our say on the palm scheme? However, phase 2 of the review, which is very, very much needed, very over needed, has happened. So NFF has released a survey. It closes the 29th of August. It's focusing on 8 key areas, this review: accommodation standards, pay parity, low hours safety net, minimum net pay guarantee, welfare and wellbeing support, transparency of deductions, cultural competency and transport standards. There is a lot to be said about the palm scheme, so I hope that if you have any thing that you need to get off your chest or anything that's not working for you, that you either ring us, you go through the NFF survey, or you approach the palm scheme themselves and give your submission. Great news that the government released a couple of weeks ago with the 15% discount on water for another 2 years. We thank particularly Minister Anne Ley for listening to growers, working with industry to get this policy right. So from September this year, eligibility will apply to certified owner-operator irrigated farms. We will bring you more news about how to do that shortly. Last week was Farm Safety Week. Just so you know, 75% of the nation's on-farm injuries were people 25 to 44 years old. Sorry, Queensland and New South Wales, 75%. 25 to 44 years old, 46% of these incidents. So be very aware that the conversations about near misses actually have impact, and has been shown to have impact in the workplace health and safety space on the other side. So when we frame a near miss, we're not going to say, God, that was close, mate, wasn't it? We're going to say, what did we learn? What went wrong? And how do we not do that again? Okay, that's my QFVG hat. GrowCom hat. Queensland government has given us, as QFVG, but we're going to roll it out as GrowCom, a Community Bee Innovation Fund grant, and that we're going to use that to shift pollination handshake deals that we all know of to a more structured way. That is because supply and demand of bees, there's going to be supply issues demand issues, and therefore it's going to be some supply issues with varroamite. So stay tuned to how we roll that out across Queensland. Also, the Christopher government announced a further $2.8 million for Queensland's Southeast Queensland Horticultural Best Management Practice Incentive Program. That is about, they're hoping for 60 growers to take up the program. About $30,000 each will be available for on-farm improvements. So if you are in the Southeast region and want to do something different on-farm, let us know. Also, as part of the Hort ESG project, we have been speaking to Federal DAF about emissions. Please be clear, no grower has to report any emissions at this stage. Yes, there's scope 1, 2 and 3 and there's a time frame. We are trying to get some clarity to you so that you can understand what your legal requirements are at each year. Okay, Fair Farms hat. I don't have a hat for Fair Farms, I just have a glow in the dark vest, a high-vis vest. So Fair Farms has launched recently Fair Farms for Labour Hire, and this is really important. If you have read the Horticulture Fair Work Ombudsman report, labour hire was mentioned as having probably the biggest corrective actions in horticulture. So if you deal with a labour hire provider, then potentially tap them on the shoulder and just say, hey, Fair Farms now has a program, which then gives me as a grower confidence in working with you that you have all your ducks in a row as well. Reach out to the Fair Farms team if that's of interest. Pineapple hat. My pineapple hats, because we represent Australian pineapples as well. We went to the Hort Innovation session recently, and for everyone, Hort Innovation has got now a capacity that R&D levies are used as a tax offset. So they're going to announce the rate in August, but stay tuned. If you pay levies, stay tuned. Something is going to change in August. We also had a successful pineapple field day in July on the Sunshine Coast, where the theme was use mistakes and failures as lessons to improve. It's not personal. I'm going to leave you on that note this month. Happy August, and I'll see you in September.